Welcome to the Epic Growth Conference. Super excited to have every single one of you guys. You guys are here for a reason. And I'm going to teach you how to find your purpose the epic way. All right, who had the biggest purpose today? Who flew in from the farthest place from Florida? I know we have a couple Texas people. Where are my Texas people at? Over here. Texas is weak, okay. What about, we have some California people in here as well? California, okay. What about Florida? Well, Florida, we got a lot of Florida. Am I missing anyone? We got Texas, California, Florida, Ohio, right? Woo! I'm from Ohio originally. Taiwan, we got a Taiwan! Taiwan! Right there. Guys, get him a raffle ticket for the Rolex because he traveled, what was it, 24 hours? 16? It was a 12,000. How much was the flight? $12,000, okay. He's on a mission, he has purpose today. So, all of you guys are here in this room for a reason. You all have purpose. He had a very strong purpose from Taiwan. That's awesome, man. You guys are all here for a purpose. So, by show of hands, who actually knows their life's purpose? A few people. Half the room. What about their purpose in business? Who knows their purpose in business? About half the room. At this event, who knows their ideal specific purpose here at this event, the reason why they're here at this event, what they're trying to achieve? Who knows their purpose here? What is it? Shout it out. Growth. Growth? Make connections. Make connections? Networking. And I'm about 50% too. Who's totally lost? Anyone? We got a couple. I've been there. Because if you don't know your purpose, you are simply a fart in the wind. You're just gonna float away. Float into the distance. We don't know what's gonna happen to you. In life, in business, in your relationship, in everything that you do. So 50% of you guys are farts in the wind, floating away. But before I get to the solution, here's what's going to happen. If you don't know your purpose, you will get distracted. You will struggle to make decisions. You will see others that are less talented than you have more success. How many has felt that way before? Anyone in the room? Am I the only one? We got half the room, half asleep. And the worst part is, if you continue walking with no purpose, you will have a gaping void within you that will never go away regardless of the size of your bank account, your business, your relationships, the car, the lifestyle, and any other worldly desire. Who else has been there? Anyone's been there? You guys achieve a goal, you work so hard, and then you're like, this is it? It's not aligned with your purpose. You got a story? You got laughing. We'll connect afterward. And ultimately, you will lack fulfillment and peace. That's the ultimate failure, without purpose. So how many of you felt that way? You currently feel that way in some part of your life. How many of you feel like that in some aspect of your life? Spiritually, relationships, financially, physically. Right? That should be all of us, right? Feel that you should be farther in life than what you expected? Feel that you should be more fulfilled for accomplishing some of those goals that you spent years to achieve, right? You guys aren't alone. That's something that we all face. We lack direction, we lack clarity of our purpose in our business, in our life, and our relationships. But that's why you're here. That's why I'm here, and that's why we have EGC. To align with your purpose, build wealth, change your family lineage, and create financial freedom. Guys, who's excited for that? Come on. Can I get somebody? Come on. You guys, we got to get more coffee, some espresso. So today I'm going to answer 3 questions for you, give you the solution. Why are you at this event? What is your life's purpose? And how can you create a purpose-driven business and income stream? Who's excited for that? Who wants to learn that? All right, we got some weight. We're warming up here. I want you guys to get this because once you guys are aligned with your purpose, you guys are passionate and fiery about it. Like this guy. Come on. But we're getting there. So this is one of my favorite quotes. Two of the most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you discover the reason why, by Mark Twain. So today's the day. Today's the day that half the room that didn't know your purpose, fart in the wind, you're going to learn today. So what is purpose? The Latin root, there's two parts. First part, per, means first. Means I suggest it first. First, and then the second part, pose, means to suggest or intend. So that means I first pose, intend, or suggest. It's my intention, right? You guys with me? If you guys get this, this is going to be a game changer. You can control your purpose in business and in this event. So if you guys want to create purpose at this event and in your business, you can do that. However, the purpose of you being created wasn't determined by you. It was determined by your Creator. So if someone's struggling, who's struggling to find their life's purpose? Anybody? You're coming at it with the wrong angle. You're not the Creator, so you have to seek the Creator to find your purpose. In your life, why are you here? The way you were born, where you were born, your family, your genetics, and the wealth or lack of wealth you were born into was not decided by you. It was decided by your Creator. You were dealt a hand. Now, I'm here to tell you that you're an incredible invention, a masterpiece, a miracle, a being that has incredible talents, strengths, weaknesses, and perfect imperfections, unlimited potential. Who feels that way? Come on. That's a good feeling, to feel that way in everything that you do. You were handcrafted. In fact, the Bible says that the Lord knew you by name before you were born and the number of the hairs on your head. You are one of a kind. How many know that friend that's a one of a kind? Right? One of a kind. Everything about you has purpose and intention. Look at Shaq Daddy, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy? He's 7'1", weighs 320 pounds. I feel like he's a good category to be a basketball player. Wouldn't you guys agree? Someone guess Shaq's shoe size.
22.
Nope.
24.
Nope.
23!
Yes. Get her a free Rolex entry. All right, watch this. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. This is his rookie year. He brings the backboard down. His purpose, he's aligned with his purpose, right? He shouldn't be ballet dancing, right? We are all designed differently, right? So look at it like this. A manufacturer who creates a vehicle, like let's use Porsche. They know every detail of that vehicle. That's why all vehicles have a user's manual that's this thick. How many of you have actually read the user's manual of your vehicle? Nobody. Yes, we got some participation today. Thank you. It's this thick. So what happens? Who has read So what happens when the car breaks down or when the light comes on, you go to a mechanic who actually knows how to build and create the vehicle. They know the user's manual inside and out. You're going to go to the Creator. I want you guys to get this. Same thing with your phone or your computer. There is a user's manual that comes with all these devices. How many of you actually read that with your iPhones? This device that we have 24 hours of the day. None of us actually know all the capabilities or functions that this phone actually does. The purpose of why this was created. This is just like you. How many skills, strengths, and abilities are you not using because you're not aware of it? Because you don't know of the user's manual for your life. Right? Is anybody hearing this right now? And who will know the answer? It's the Creator. Your Creator. You have to seek the Creator to find your purpose because the Creator of the vehicle knows everything inside and out. They created the manual. So does your Creator. Everything about you, the way, how tall you are, the color of your skin, where you were born, they made you with intention. It's you or the inventor of this IKEA furniture. Who's going to win? Right? Who's put together IKEA furniture before? You guys got to get that. I think it's okay. I thought it was pretty funny. I was like, this is a little dramatic, but it's pretty bad. I get it. So the point is, life's purpose is found through your Creator. Your Creator handcrafted you and has instilled purpose into everything that you do. If you are struggling to find happiness, fulfillment, direction, and purpose, you must seek your Creator. You must seek Him. Whoever that is for you. God, what about business? Where's the manual for your business? Who has a user's manual for their business? We got a couple, 4. So what happens if something breaks down? Who do you go to? Call them fart in the wind. Floating around. Are you guys understanding this, the purpose, how important this is? And this is why I'm opening up with purpose, is because if you don't understand this part, everything else that we teach you is going to go float in the wind. So if you're leading the ship of your business, how many of you guys have businesses, business owners? We got a lot of proud business owners that don't have a manual, right? I want to be cheering about that. And if you're struggling with purpose, who will turn to you when the check engine light goes on? When you're struggling to make sales, when you struggle to get leads for your business, what do? What's a good answer? What's a solution? Anyone?
Hire me.
Jeff the entrepreneur. Love it, bro. You find mentors, you find masterminds, and EGC, baby. Come on, let's get excited for EGC. Come on, guys. You got to find someone who has done what you want to do, right? You want to find the person that knows exactly, can pinpoint, hey, my engine's, something's wrong. They go fix it. Same thing in your business. So you need a business manual, a guide walking you through step by step, showing you exactly what you need to do to succeed. That's why we have 13 speakers. Everyone brings something new and unique and valuable to the table, right? Every single one. We're not experts in 14 different areas. Why? Because everyone's aligned with their purpose, right? We have tax, real estate, purpose, sales, branding, marketing. You need a manual for everything. Your relationships, your investments portfolios, your marketing strategy, your sales process, your tax strategy, your wealth building strategies. Are you guys starting to understand this? Without a manual, how do we know what to troubleshoot? Right? Comes back down to the purpose. That's why you are here. Because if we don't know our purpose in life and our functionality, we're trying to go 120 miles per hour on a highway with the emergency brake pulled. This goes for life, business, financially, spiritually, and physically. Right? You will struggle. Not maybe, you will. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be tough. You won't be at peace. You will be stressed, unhappy, and most likely living paycheck to paycheck. Because you are out of alignment with your purpose. You guys understand? So how many of you have felt this way? We got a couple more people waking up. I love it. That's awesome, guys. I know I have. I've been in relationships I shouldn't have been in. I started businesses that completely failed and cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've wasted years of my life trying to make others happy instead of doing what I was called to do, living my purpose. Can anyone relate to that? Your purpose and my purpose are simple. Here's the answer, guys. You are here to serve others. It's that simple. Service. This is the brain's activity when we serve others. It's the same activity, it's the neural activity that happens in the brain. It lights up like a firework when we serve someone. In fact, it's the same way that our brain lights up when we do drugs, check our social media, go eat sugar, caffeine, you get a dopamine rush, that feel-good feeling. However, when you serve others, that's the only tool out of all those that you can create from within, right? All those other ones are external factors. Think about the creators of social media. They know their purpose with social media. They want you to feel good. When I design this phone, as the creator, I'm going to know every single aspect about this. Same thing with social media, right? We want you to feel good because we want you to stay on the platform longer. So our brains are hardwired to serve other people. That's why it feels good to give money to the homeless. It feels good to give a free ticket to the little baby that was there last night at the Bagatelle. Who saw that little beautiful baby last night? She's not here, but they're probably sleeping because I know they were up last night. But we're shaping her subconscious, right? We're serving those individuals. It feels good to hold a door open for the elderly. It feels good to run profitable businesses that impact lives. It feels good to run events that will change the trajectory of your life and your family's life. So to find your purpose, you got to ask 3 questions. Here's the first one. Who are you called to serve? There's different tiers. So if you guys are taking notes, definitely write these down. Because if you understand this, this will change your life. There's 4 levels of purpose. You have worldly desires, myself, others, and creator. Okay? I'm about to do a TEDx talk, and this is some of the content so you guys are the first people that have seen this, but worldly desires, what's my purpose? In a relationship, in my business, what's my purpose? Am I in that relationship to make money? Am I doing it because it feels good? How many of you have been in a relationship because it feels good? How did that end up? That's tier 1. That's a tier 1 purpose. It could motivate you, get you there, you can get the outcome, but it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. It's not going to create peace. Then the next level is doing it for myself, right? Let's say I'm, starting a business because it's going to make me a better person. That's the second level. And in fact, I'm going to do it at a level that's going to propel me to the highest version of myself, right? Then, stage 3, so who's at stage number 1 right now with their business? You guys are doing it because it feels good, you want to make money, and you want to do it for the significance. We have anyone on tier 1? We got a couple. What about tier 2? You guys are doing it for yourself, right? It's for me. I feel good. It allows me to stay disciplined, organized, on track. It's helping me become a better person. The third level is, it's not about me anymore. I'm here to serve all of you. It's not about the money. It's not about myself, how I feel. It's about how can I impact the people that are in front of me. And then the last level is you're doing it for your Creator. Because when you are connected with your Creator, all those other things are going to come, right? You're going to have the wealth. You're going to have the significance. You're going to become the best version of yourself. You're going to be serving others at extremely high levels. And you're going to do it in alignment to what you've been given. You guys starting to see this now? So who's at this level now? Who can tell me their life's purpose? What is it, brother? You know your life's purpose? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at number 4.
Sure, man. What's your purpose?
First off,
Sure. How do you serve other people? Nice. See, I know a lot of people who couldn't have 7 kids. Who's on that boat, right? You were built different, right? That's your purpose. That's your purpose. Because you enjoy it, right? You love it. You love being a father. So success leaves clues. When you have spiritual riches and wealth with your Creator, you will have true sense of purpose, meaning, significance, and wealth. You guys see that? You will have fruits in all areas of your life that will be abundantly known to all the other people around you. How does someone show up? What's their energy levels? Oh, hi, nice to meet you. Guys, it's a little loud in here, sorry. Turn it down. What's your energy levels? Are you overflowing? Because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're not going to have a lot of energy. Right? But if I know every single moment, everything that I do, my business, my life, my morning ritual, my physical, my relationship, spirituality, is all serving my Creator, I'm going to be fired up. Because I know that I'm going to become the best version of myself, take care of all my worldly desires, serve as many human people as possible, and be at peace. That's the key indicator. When you guys are aligned with your purpose, if you guys are looking to make a big decision, peace. Do you have peace? If you don't have peace, it's probably not aligned with your purpose. Because you're trying to take a square peg, you're trying to shove it into a circle peg. You guys understand? I'm trying to force the issue. I'm going to have stress. I'm like, why doesn't this work? I try a little bit harder. Let me try a little bit harder. Let me try a different way. It's like, bro, you're not supposed to be an opera singer, you know? Maybe you are. So my question for you, who are you serving? In your business? In your relationships? At this event? Are you serving your worldly desires? Are you serving the Creator? Are you serving others? Or are you serving yourself? Which level are you at? Get crystal clear on this. So I want to do a little activity here. I want you guys all to write this down on these 4 areas of your life. Your health, financially, spiritually, relationships, and we're going to take like 5 minutes to do this. I want everyone to do this and get crystal clear on this because I know this is going to help you guys out. So health. I'll walk you through the examples of every situation here, and then you guys can get clear and then you can write it down to figure out where you're at. So health. Are you eating foods and doing things because it feels good? Right? Going to that McDonald's or wherever that is to feel good? All right? Are you doing it for yourself? You know what? I feel good about myself and I want to become a better version of myself. So I want to start working out. I want to feel good. Or are you at a level of health where you're like, you know what? I need to work out at such a high level so I can impact people in my business, my leadership teams, all the people around me. I'm doing it because of service. Or am I treating my body like a temple? Because these are the things that I have been given from the Creator. And I want to honor that. So I'm going to eat foods that support that. You guys, there's different tests that you can do. Every single body is different. I can't eat dairy. I usually eat red meat. My wife's the complete opposite, so that's always fun, She loves dairy and pasta, which I don't like. But I like red meat. And she doesn't really eat meat, so. Financially, your business, your career, your investments. Why do you make that investment? Why do you start a business? Is it to make money? To have significance? To have clout? What is it? Are you doing it because you're becoming a better version of yourself? I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it to prove the other people wrong because people doubted me. Are you doing it because you truly care about the people that you're impacting and serving, your customers? And is there a philanthropic aspect of your business? Are you giving back? Are you aligning yourself with your Creator? Again, which is to serve. How can we serve at a higher level? Do we have a philanthropic aspect to our business? How many people have a philanthropic aspect to your business? Why is that? Because we don't feel like the other 90% won't outdo the 100%? Right? This guy had an amazing analogy. He was like this bigger guy. He had a pumpkin pie. He had a full pie. He's like, I could take the full pie, but what happens is, let's say you're looking at your investments, you pay for your bills, your housing, all the things, and then whatever's left over, the crumbs, you're going to invest, right? But what if 10% sliced out right off the top? So now I'm working with 90%. Then what he did was he put whipped cream on the whole entire pie. He's like, I would rather have 90% that's been blessed by the Creator than 100% that hasn't been blessed. Right? I was like, that's powerful. So then spiritually, how connected are you? Do you pray? Do you meditate? Why? Because you like the way it makes you feel? Do you pray and you meditate because you want to become a better version of yourself? Because that's what self-improvement and personal development is? Am I doing it so I can show up more powerfully for my team and for my customers? You see how I could be doing the same exact action, but my purpose and my perspective on it can completely change. Guys, these questions that you ask yourself, you can use it for everything. My morning routine, who am I serving? Me showing up speaking on this stage, who am I serving? When I get dressed this morning, when I eat, everything that you possibly do, you ask yourself, who are you serving? And then the last thing there is relationships. So how many people are married in this group? We got a lot of married people, that's awesome. How many single people? All right, guys, take notes. JJ's on the market, guys. Woo! We'll work on that, bro. No, with Australians, you never know what you're going to get. That's why I love JJ. Connect with JJ when you're on the break. He's a really solid guy. He truly cares. He wants you to win. He really does. So your relationships in business, family, your close friends. Do you reach out to your close friends or your family or business because the feeling? It feels good? That's what I should be doing? Are you doing it because it's going to make you a better person? Or are you doing it because if I have a strong connection with the relationships around me, it's going to actually impact and empower all the other people around me as well? And then ultimately, I'm doing it to honor the Creator at the highest level as well. So I'll put 3 minutes on the clock. Can we get like some cool, calm, collective music? Not too loud. And you guys just write this down and really rank yourself from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 here on health, financially, spiritual relationships. I want you guys to take the time. Let's just give you a couple minutes here. We like to have fun at the EGC, guys. We like to loosen up a little bit. We like to be vulnerable with one another. So that's the first question. Who are you serving in every aspect of your life? What or who? The next question you got to ask is, what problems are you called to solve? What's the problem? So who am I called to serve? And then what problems are you called to solve? What problems have you solved for yourself that you can help others solve? So who solves problems in here? What do you do? What problems do you solve? I like that. Shout it out. Let's just shout out problems you solve. Intimacy problems. Who else solves problems? Financial literacy. Who else solves problems? Messaging. And I'm giving you guys an opportunity to give yourself a plug, right? So success loves specificity, right? There was one quality, so this is by Napoleon Hill, there is one quality which one must possess to win, and that is definitiveness, I always mess up that word, a purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to possess it. It's very specific. Who do you serve? What problem do you solve? If you can't give me that, you lack that D word of purpose, right? So look around you. Everything in this room has purpose, guys. I want you guys to get this. This chair gives people a place to sit. So it starts with, okay, who does it serve? What problem does it solve? We need someone to sit. So the engineer, when they're building something, they're like, okay, we need to build it like this. We want it to be soft, comfortable. The problem. This microphone amplifies the sound back to the room. Obviously, that purpose was weak, right? This building houses people, right? Everything has purpose. Everything started as a thought. Everything is energy and matter. When you make a thought, these are impulses of energy that then create the reality, right? Someone's like, oh, you know, who creates apps in here? Is like a true entrepreneur. Well, what are some of the products that you've created? %. So it gives access to people to those mentors. Every single speaker on this stage solves a problem. They figured out who they serve. They figured out the problem that they solve. These clothes, they keep me warm, right? So every invention and creation in this room has a definite purpose and solves a problem, including you. How many of you guys don't know the problems that you can solve in the business field? Who's at that level? They don't know. We got one person. We got a couple. Come on. It's okay. We've all been there. That's why you guys are here. I want you guys to get this, is that if you guys are transparent, like, okay, I struggle with my health, then I can create an action plan to fix it. But if I'm like, oh, I don't know, I'm good. I'm good. It's like the engine light. Who's the people in the room where it's like a quarter tank of gas and it's like, I got enough gas? Who are those people? Who are those people? Who are the people that when they got half a tank, they're freaking out because they're below the half? You know what I mean? Okay, I'm freaking out. You know, like, we got to get gas. All right, you know. My wife is like the last bit. Oh, we still got left. I'm like, no.
No, that's you.
No.
You're the E for sure.
Okay. So everything on earth is matter and energy. Our thoughts are simply impulsive energy that form into matter. This impulse of thought mixed with a strong desire will allow you to turn that thought form of energy into reality. Because when you guys are like, Ali, you probably started, hey, mentors and students. That's the thought. How can I connect them? That's the problem. Then you created an app, right? The how-to is the easiest thing to do. If you guys get this purpose down in business and life and every aspect of your life, you guys are going to crush. You're not going to be like, oh, who is lacking clarity in their life? And who's lacking clarity in business and in their life? We got a couple. Maybe you're unsure if you lack clarity, right? The number and size of the problems you solve will determine the intensity of purpose, impact, and profit. Every single one of these speakers have found that problem that they are called to solve. Every single one. They're an expert at solving one specific problem. Some solve more. Especially in business. Who are you serving and what problems are you solving? So who can answer this right off the cuff? Shout it out. Okay, so what problems do you solve? Nice. Love it. Who else knows their purpose? Short, succinct. You guys, who else knows it? Who? Okay, it's still a little vague. A little vague. Pool companies, all right. Who else? Who else got a purpose? Nice. We got to connect. What about you, Igor?
Accelerating mass adoption of cryptocurrency.
What's your thoughts on the crypto market now? Buy the dip, I love it. Like the 7-layer dip, bean dip. You guys seen that meme? It's like the dip that keeps dipping, you know? It's like, oh gosh. Don't worry, it's going to go back up, we hope. FTX is coming back, you know? Too soon? Is that too soon? Sorry, guys. So now business is why you are here. You all have invested time and money to be here to learn how to grow your business, your income, your wealth, and your impact. So you guys are like, why is this guy talking about purpose, right? You guys are here to learn about business. But if you figure out your purpose, the solution is going to come very easily. And the purpose of business is to create a profit, number one. If you don't have profit in a business, you're going to fail. No profit, no business. If you don't have money, you will not survive. It's simple. You need money to thrive in business. We need money to put on this event. The first goal in your business needs to be profitable. So who runs a profitable business? Now we got some more hands. Let's go. That's a success, right? Who wants to create a successful business or a profitable business but doesn't know how? So now, how can we create a life that is unapologetically and wildly profitable? By serving others and solving problems. You guys see how easy and simple this is? So simple, and if you guys can get clear on it, change your life. So how are you called to serve that problem? That's the how-to. That's where a lot of people get lost. They get lost in the sauce. Should I do Google ads? Should I do podcasts? Should I, should I do an LLC or an S-Corp? Like the how-to, people get lost. Forex, real estate, exotic car rentals, Airbnbs. Strategically and logically, you want to do it in the most efficient and effective way possible. Efficiency is the ability to achieve an end goal with little to no waste, effort, or energy. That's the goal. The how-to needs to answer that. Am I achieving the end result with little to no waste, effort, or energy? That's what happened with, who here had a BlackBerry back in the day? BlackBerry. Who had a BlackBerry? All right, we got a lot of activity now. Steve Jobs was like, let's simplify it. Let's simplify it, one button. Now we got no buttons, right? Effectiveness is the degree to which something is successful in producing a desired result. So are you actually achieving the desired result? Are you solving the problem for your customer and in your life? Is that diet working? Is that prayer meditation working? Is it actually effective in what you're trying to achieve? Because if not, you got to switch to how-to. Do this at scale, you will become an epic investor, a purpose-driven leader, and achieve everything that you have ever wanted. Who wants to do that? We get so excited about that. That's exciting. The how-to is the easiest part. The person you are serving and the problem you are solving will determine the solution, guys. Just like that chair. How are we going to create the chair? We got to solve the problem. We got to figure out who the chair is for. Who knows this woman? Shout her name. Sarah Blakely. Right? Spanx. What problem did she solve? She helped women feel more confident. So how can you make women feel more confident? There's 100 different things. A Louis bag, right? You know, a nice dessert. For her, she was like women's clothing. That's the how-to. The how-to could be 1,000 different things once you understand your problem and the person that you're called to serve. So again, ask yourself these 3 questions. Again, you can keep it in your pocket when you're struggling with clarity and decision making. Who are you called to serve? What problems are you called to solve? How are you called to solve that problem? And for this event, I want you to operate from the highest level of service and answer this. And I want you guys to take the time to really get clear on this as well, and I'll give you a few minutes to do this. What problems are you called to serve or solve for yourself this weekend? I want you guys to get very intentional. Because if you guys have a purpose this weekend, what's going to happen? You guys are going to find it. But what if we're a fart in the wind? Could sporadically float away. How many of you are going to float away this weekend and not do anything? What's that? Love it, bro. What problem are you called to solve for others? So when you're in this room, when you're talking to people, come from a place of service. That's going to amplify the experience for everyone. How can I serve you? What are you doing in your life? What problems are you facing? How can I help you? If we all come and create a community like this, it's going to be pretty powerful. Because you know what's going to happen? We're going to start finding solutions and ideas. And how do you plan on solving that problem for yourself and for others? Right? I want to make more money. Well, I got 4 or 5 different people: real estate, exotic car rentals, short-term rentals, bunch of opportunities. Get clear on what the purpose is and the problem. So we got a couple minutes left. Let's get clear on this, because I want you guys to move forward in this event having crystal clarity on what it is that you want to achieve this weekend. I don't want you guys to be farts in the wind.